Happy 2024! Hello. I hate the New Year's because I hate the awareness of the passage of time. But I love it because it's so satisfying. Like, it's time to make some goals. It's time to get shit done. And of course, I only feel that in January, and then the rest of the time it's, I forget that I even ever had goals. But this year's different. And why? Because it's 2024, I'm 24, I didn't think I was gonna live this long, and now that I've lived this long, I better act like it. Jokes, but I do have some goals. I have some goals. Some reading goals, some tiny bit of content goals, if you can call what I do content. I guess in all technical terms it is as such, but it seems like such a dramatic word sometimes, you know? I should stop wasting time. I actually only have a certain amount of time before I don't want to be here anymore, so I'm gonna jump into it. So I'm gonna start with all of my reading goals, bookish goals, you know how that goes. Goal number 1 is to read what books are about and pick up what I know I will love. I have a really bad habit of not doing that. Like, I don't read synopsis for anything just because, I don't know, I honestly choose a book by the cover and title and author if I know them. That's literally how I choose my books. That's not a joke. And I don't know, I want to be better at that just because I read a lot of things and I'm like, well, that was a waste of fucking time. And I don't want to feel that way anymore. I just want to read things that I know that I would like. Or if I just hear like a synopsis, like somebody explained what a book is about, little 1-2, and I'm like, oh, that's intriguing. Like, I just want to know what things are about before going into them. I always regret kind of like not looking at the synopsis first. The next goal is to really sit with a book. I have a really bad habit of like going from book to book, and there was a point in time where I could not stop reading. After I finished a book, I was like, okay, well, what's my next book gonna be? Like, I have to have something else. And although that was fun because I enjoyed doing it, I realized that I wasn't really like letting the words of the story that I just partook in digest, and I regret that. It's like disrespectful to the art of literature. I just really want to pay more attention to the stuff that I'm reading and like what the author was trying to say or do with this particular story or whatever have you. I think I read a lot of the, you know, I'm a very big literary fiction type person. I love a good story about like the emotions and well-being of human beings and just human behavior and all of that stuff, and that has I don't know, there's like a lot to think about when it comes to those types of stories, and I just really want to think about them more. I think I've also been afraid in a weird way to like really immerse myself in what this author is trying to say, because I think that there's some books, like if I really tried to think about all the time, like it could honestly be bad for me, if that makes sense. Like, I can't do things normally, so I feel like it would take a really hyper-fixated, obsessive turn, and like, that's all I could think about until it's done. That was very vague. That didn't make sense. But anyways, I just want to really be thorough about my thoughts on the books and what I just experienced. And if that takes a few days, so be it. I don't want, like, again, I don't want to hop to another book just because I'm not reading something right now. If it takes a few days to really process my thoughts on what I just experienced, so be it. What's the problem with that? I don't find a problem with that. Another good old reminder for myself, third goal, is that you meaning me, do not have to read it now. What that means for me is that like I sometimes find myself getting so distracted, ultra distracted and fidgety, which is like a huge indicator that my attention is somewhere else, that I am not paying attention to this thing that is happening. Like, my full and undivided attention is not here, it's elsewhere. I want to be doing something else, so go do that thing. I will push myself, even though I'm not in a like reading mood at the time, I'll push myself to keep reading it because I can, because I want to. I don't know. I don't know what it is, because I hate myself. Who knows? I just have to keep reminding myself, you don't have to read it now, though. You do not have to read that page or the next page or this whole chapter right now. Take a break if you need it and come back when you're in the mood to read. It's very simple. But I think that I've just really gotten carried away with like always like needing something to read. Like I said, like I feel like there's gonna be a theme here because the last few years I started getting back into reading in 2020 with the pandemic. That didn't even count. That was nothing in comparison to what I had the potential to do. I read 21 books that year, okay? But then the next year, I read 150. And I didn't expect it. Obviously, I wasn't trying to. It just happened because I couldn't stop reading. That's literally my bio on my YouTube account. If you look at it, it's like, I can't stop reading because that's how it felt at the time. Like, it's like I couldn't stop. And I would hop from book to book to book to book. So I do have a lot of that happening. But back in the day, I was really, really, like, I actually had a secret weapon to keep me focused. I'll show you my secret weapon. You want to see it? I don't use her, him, it, they anymore, but they were there for me through the hard times. Content warning, weed paraphernalia. This thing changed my life for a second there. Okay, so I have Amnesia, and I see it's on my desk now as a little relic of the past times. I have Amnesia, which is like you can't really see things in your head, doesn't matter, but weed helps me be able to like see those things. And so I got so fucking addicted to reading because I was hitting that and then I would be in a quiet place. I'd be in like my boyfriend's car or at his workplace. Like they had like a little dining section. Welcome back. Anyway, got a little distracted, don't know what I was saying. But yeah, so I just have a really bad habit of forcing myself regardless of if I even do want to fucking read. And it always, the only thing it ever has done is diminish my enjoyment of the story. So it's only been a negative thing. There's no reason to push through if you're not feeling it. I feel like that's common sense. So another goal that I put here is have 30-minute reading time before bed. And I don't know if this is really gonna happen, but I mean, why not? I can make it happen. Because I always wanted to be cute like that. And if I don't read throughout the day, at least I have that 30 minutes to look forward to every single day. Maybe it'll help with my sleep problems. You know, they say like read before bed and you can like have a restful sleep or some shit. Did they say that? I don't know. I think I read that somewhere one time when I was like, how do I go to sleep better and stay asleep? Because it's really fucking with me and I'm having problems, a lot of problems, and please help me. And I don't know if I'll be able to keep living any longer because I feel like it's gonna kill me because I've only slept for like 8 hours in the last 2 days. And one of the results was read before bed. So that's what I'll do. My book goals, the good old Goodreads goal, the good old Storygraph goal, 50 books. I don't really give a fuck if I hit that or not. I gotta be honest, because I've been averaging about 100 books since I started reading. Like I was saying, like in 2022 and 21 and 23, but all those 3 years I have had 100 something books. My biggest year was 2022 where I had 161, and it's again because I couldn't stop reading. But right now I'm not actually there. It's not that I can't stop reading. Actually, I can't start reading lately. And I don't feel like I'm in a slump or anything. I think I'm just slowing down and being more normal about reading at this point in time. And also, like, if I've been following my habits that I've had for the last 4 months, where I've only been reading like 2 or 3 things, so I've slowed down a lot in comparison to what I have been doing, and I want to respect that. I don't care. I don't mind. Honestly, the 1 year when I read 160 books, I was like, I need to calm down. I need to calm down. That's why, when some people read like 200 books, 300 books a year, I'm like, I don't think that would feel good. There's so much thing is too much, and I don't want to go too far. I don't want to do too much. And because too much of anything hurts and is painful and uncomfortable, at least for me. And so too much reading is a thing for me. I don't think I'll ever be able to hit 200 books. Like, I think that's crazy. But yeah, 50 books is my goal. Don't care if I reach it or not. One last reading-esque goal is I had this same exact goal last year, and by month 3, I think I put it to the wayside. I think I forgot all about it. But I still want to do it because I had the goal in the first place, and I think it's a pretty good one. One graphic novel a month with a focus on manga, because there's a lot that I need to catch up on. One nonfiction a month, because I want to expand my brain. And one poetry collection a month. I will spell. Because I like poetry, I miss poetry a little bit. But I realized when I wrote this, I think that my goal last year was actually one classic instead of one poetry collection. And so right now, what I'm saying, what I'm doing, I will add that to the goal. So one classic every month as well. That's a goal of mine. So cool. This is where we get a little personal. This is where I talk about my content goals. Again, it really feels weird to say, like, I don't know. But I don't know if you've noticed. I didn't post much last year. Why? Why? Everybody's wondering. Why? The reason being, well, I don't really know, actually. But one of the goals is to post at least, in the least. And I've already done that so far this year. But post at least once a month. That's very doable. Duh. Like, I can do that. I have no, like, obviously I can do that. That's an easy task for me. And this is already my third video of the year. So that's a lot better than last year where I only posted 3 videos that year. And the reason I'm even here is to just have some fun talking about books. And like, I forgot that somewhere along the way, I think. Like, I just want to share what I've read and like have camaraderie between people who have also read the things that I have and loved them or hated them or whatever have you. Like, that's the point of this community. That actually goes with my other goal that I have here is like be a more active part of BookTube and Bookstagram. Last year, I spent a lot of time avoiding social aspects of my life. I just kind of closed myself in and I was very, I don't know, I think it was anxious is the best word for it. I was scared that people I was scared to put myself out there, if that makes sense. And it's interesting because the years before, I wasn't scared of that. I think what it is I felt like my life was more together. And when I started my BookTube and Bookstagram specifically. My life was not together when I started BookTube. I actually started it from a pretty dark place. But Bookstagram itself, like I was like, oh, I like this even better. Like, it's so easy to find other people that like the things that you do, and it's so easy to post something. It's so fast and easy, and we can just talk. And I've become a member of that. But I also haven't really posted on my Instagram all that much this year. That's probably like been 3 times as well. And again, it's because I was like avoiding it. I was getting scared to like put myself out there. I was feeling like ostracized, I guess. I don't even know, like, which is a dramatic ass word because it's like we're just here having fun. I think that, it's all in my head. I know that, I'm aware that like it's just the anxiety that's in your head, like type thing. And I just want to say fuck it to that thing. That's so weird and not like, that's not who I am at my core. I let, anxieties and questionable thoughts get in my own head, and I don't want that anymore. That's so annoying. And like, so I really want to become a more active part. And I actually had this goal last year as well, which obviously I didn't achieve, but I just wanted to be even more a part of this community. Like, I love my booktuber friends and my bookstagram friends, and just like expand on those relationships and that, and just be a part of it all. Because let's be real, like, the community was the biggest aspect, the biggest reason why I even started this account and my Instagram account is to have, like, for the community, and again, to talk about books that we all just love or don't like or whatever have you, or recommend or whatever. And I met such dope people. And all of last year, it's not just the book community social aspect of things. All of last year, I was avoiding social interactions like the plague. I was isolating myself on purpose, and I don't think that's healthy for anybody. You don't say. So I'm going to try to stop that this year. That's a really big thing of mine. goes into all the aspects of my life, so we'll just end it there. Okay, and then the last content goal thing that I have is to just make time to do the projects I want. When I started YouTube, I wanted to build things I was proud of. Videos that I was like, I did that shit. I did that shit. And it didn't work very well. I don't know. Content in general. Okay. Let's talk about it. I only posted 3 times last year, even though I had the intent to post all the time. I found myself making a lot of vlogs because, one, vlogs are like my favorite type of content to do and slash or watch. They're a lot of fun, in theory, to do. But then when I actually try to execute it, it has failed every time. I will now show you my screen recording that I have of a bunch of vlog clips. Yes. I think I probably did 8 different vlogs that were pretty long-term vlogs. Like, I did like a whole monthly vlog. Like, it was a whole elaborate production type thing, and I just deleted these clips. And this isn't the first time this has happened, and it probably won't be the last. I'm not gonna not ever delete anything ever again, because sometimes things should just stay in the drafts, you know. It, I think, really affected me. It made me give up even easier. I'm like, okay, I can't achieve anything. I can't finish what I start. I believed that to be true, and enough of that, you know? Enough of that. Like, that's not the truth. The only person who can do that is you, me. And so do the things that you want to do. Like, achieve, make the projects you want, and like be proud of something. I just want to put in more work and effort and entertainment factor into the things that I produce, and I want to do that from now on. And let's see, these like past few videos have been a little lazy, and I wish that they were better, but which is neither here nor there. But I think that like what I produce, what I make and put out does not correlate with what I have in my head, and I want it to. That's what I'm trying to say here. I want it to. And so the only person who can do that is me, and I think I want to try and do that. So, I don't know. That was just a little 1-2 about what I want to do throughout this year. And thank you for watching. If you stayed all the way through, that was dope of you. Do you have any goals of 2024 that you want to achieve, you know, reading-wise and even content-wise if you create such things? I'll catch you on the flip side, I guess. Deuces. I feel like all of them like end so abruptly, but it's because that's who I am as a person. I'll just be like, okay, that was a cool talk, bye.